Hello guys, this is my lesson plan. To begin, here's an overview of the background information for this lesson plan. The grade level was kindergarten and the subject area is ELA. There are 22 students in a class and we have 11 boys and 11 girls. We have a diverse group of students, including 3 with IEPs, 1 who has autism, and some students also struggled with staying still for extended periods, so I incorporated strategies to keep them engaged. For planning, I used backwards planning. I used a backwards planning approach to start with the standards and learning objectives. Additionally, I incorporated UDL, offering multiple means of engagement, representation, and expression to meet the diverse needs of all students. Now let's go over the instructional approach and objectives. My standards were identify the front cover, back cover, and title page of a book, and identify the main topic, retell key details, and make predictions. The lesson objectives were the students would be able to identify the front cover, back cover, and title page with 100% accuracy through a verbal assessment, and students would recognize the main topic and 3 supporting details with 75% accuracy through on a worksheet assessment. The introduction included a read aloud, vocabulary introduction, anchor charts, and hand motions to reinforce the concepts we learned. The practice phase included a walk and peer activity, guided reading, movement breaks, and independent work. Informational books, visual aids, chart paper, document cameras, the Promethean board, flexible seating, and graphic organizers were all used to create an interactive and supportive environment. To begin our lesson every day, all students would hold an informational textbook and walk around the classroom while music played. When we stopped the music, the students would have to pair up with whoever was closest to them and tell their partner their parts of the book. After both partners shared, they would sit down to signal that they were finished. Once everyone finished, we'd give high fives and do 3 or so rounds. After the book parts activity, we moved on to identifying the main topic and key details in informational text. We started with guided practice for 2 days and then built up to more independent work. During the I do phase, I read simple informational text aloud to the class and modeled how to identify the main topic and key details. For example, if a book was about trees, I would show how the main topic was trees and gave 3 key details like trees have leaves, trees grow tall, and trees need water. So this is all mainly modeling, and I use a lot of thinking aloud to demonstrate how to get to identifying the main topic. During the we do stage, together we read another text, and I guide the students through identifying the main topic and key details as a group, and we work together on building a chart. Finally, when they are ready, they do the you do stage. Each student was given a worksheet with a simple informational text. They can draw or write the main topic, and at first the goal was to list at least 2 details. Here's our organizer. I used a tree example for the students, where the trunk was the main topic and then the branches are supporting details. We use hand motions to touch our arm, and to the base of our arm would be the main topic, and then our fingers would be the supporting details. Here's one of the worksheets examples where they can draw their details and main topics, main ideas. Throughout the lesson, I provided differentiation to ensure all students could succeed. For students who needed additional support, I offered more one-on-one guidance, visual aids, or manipulatives to help them with the book parts and main topic key details. For students who needed more enrichment, I asked them to add additional details or explanations when identifying the main topic and key details. I also offered small movement breaks for students who needed them to stay focused and engaged. Now we're going to look at how I supported learners through differentiation, through content differentiation. I provided books at varying reading levels and topics to match students' interests and abilities, making sure that each student had an appropriate text for the reading level. The lesson included modeling, guided practice, and paired activities to provide varied opportunities for engagement. We used movement breaks and flexible seating to help students who struggled with staying still. Students had a choice on how they demonstrated their understanding, whether through drawing or writing, and also talking, based on their preference. And in the IEP accommodations, we used extended time, simplified versions of the worksheets, visual aids, structured breaks, and a token system for reinforcement. Now we're going to move on to the assessment overview. Let's look at how the assessments align with the lesson's objectives and structure. So for the book parts assessment, at the teacher table, students were assessed individually to identify the front cover, back cover, and title page of a book. The goal was to get 100% accuracy for identifying all three parts because we had lots of daily practice with this. For the main topic and key details assessment, I provided informational text and a worksheet where students were asked to identify the main topic and 3 key details. The goal here was for 75% accuracy, and the students were expected to draw, write, or tell their responses to the teacher. The assessments were conducted in a quiet setting with minimal distractions to make sure that each student could focus and do their best. Extra time was offered and small movement breaks were also provided if they were needed. Here's an overview of the results from my assessments. The goal for identify the book parts was 100% accuracy, and all students reached the goal. We had 22 students, but 2 students were absent. For the main topic, we have a goal of 75% accuracy. 18 students made the goal, 2 students did not meet the goal, and 2 students were absent. As you can see with the graphs, the majority of students met or exceeded the goals by the end of the week. This demonstrated growth in both areas, particularly in understanding the book structure and identifying key details in informational text. Here's another graph showing the scores of each student. The ones that are empty are the 2 students that were absent. And reflecting in this lesson, I think that the instruction was effective, as demonstrated by the students' progress on their assessments. An example of success was the engagement students showed with the walk and fair activity, where they identified the book parts with confidence. The students were always happy to participate in those fun activities. During times when we were sitting down doing work, some students did not complete any work unless the teacher was close by, which was difficult sometimes. But we had lots of improvement with our student C, who uses the token economy. So we used stickers in the token economy to help motivate him to do his work. So it was a lot of growth personally for him. Changes for the future. For future lessons, I would incorporate more peer collaboration and additional movement activities to help engagement. I would also want more culturally diverse text to broaden the range of content students were exposed to. I would conduct the assessments in smaller groups for the entire class and not just for kids who have more needs. And I would explore more strategies for students who scribble or refuse to work when teachers are not in close proximity. Key learnings, I learned that differentiation and flexibility were crucial for ensuring that all students were engaged and successful. Movement breaks really helped students focus and help them participate throughout the lesson. I use strategies like modeling, repeated exposure to vocabulary, and guided practice to build on the foundational literacy skills. Interactive activities like anchor charts, movement-based learning, and giving students a choice in assignments helped them keep them engaged. Another thing that I would have changed is my graphic organizer. I liked the tree and how fun it was, but I've noticed that my lead teacher also uses this organizer when teaching informational text, where she reads an informational text and she has the sentence stems, bats can, bats have, and bats are, so that it helps the students write down information from the text. In conclusion, to summarize, this lesson focused on developing key literacy skills, identifying book parts, and understanding the main topic and key details of informational text. By using the I do, we do, you do instructional model, I ensured that students were supported through direct modeling, guided practice, and independent work. Differentiation and flexible instructional strategies help meet the diverse needs of all students. The assessments demonstrated significant progress with students meeting or exceeding their goals. I also forgot to mention that we have one EL student, and our EL student is the only student in the whole entire school, and he is proficient at English, and I have included in my lesson plan more supports for people who are English learners, but it turned out that he didn't really need as much support as I originally planned, because he's was pretty solid in knowing what to do. Right, thank you for listening.